What is going on? YouTube, Slushy Games playing Stanley Parable. The last episode was about like 4 minutes long, but if you go right and then you just jump off the ledge, well, you die and they send you right back here, and that's where I am. This time I'm going to go right, and then I'm going to actually start listening.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, it's okay.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, that's the second time it's come on.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art.
I kind of want to see what happens if I
Eager
answer
to
the
get
cell
back
phone.
to business, Stanley
the phone.
took the first open door on his left.
You want me to try to answer the phone?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to...
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Get out of here.
Right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Hey!
Who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Ah, crap.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee for... I don't wanna!
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
But...
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
That didn't look like that just earlier.
Discoveries of new lands.
It's turning back into my office, isn't it?
And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby.
Oh,
and
God.
he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I love you.
But there is no answer.
Oh.
How could there possibly be?
It is turning
In
you back to
reality,
my
all he's
office.
doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he
I want
spends
out!
here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
Oh, God damn it. What if
How
I
can
didn't press the
get him to
button
see
now?
what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey
In
all
real
this
life?
to him. I'm compelled to.
I don't have an office.
I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this
Ethan, I'm a
time.
soldier. Soldiers don't have offices
And I
unless
tried again.
they're desk
And
jockeys.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Because I pressed a button. Alright, so this time around I went right, went on the elevator, answered the phone. And that's how that happened. Next time around, I'm going to go right, and then when he tells me to go left, I'm going to go left. This is really starting to get mathematically confused. And then I'm going to have to start doing the left way.